Life is full of challenges, and sometimes it can feel like we are being tested beyond our limits. When we face difficult situations, it's easy to lose hope and wonder why God would allow us to go through such hardships. However, many people believe that God is testing us because He is preparing us for something better. In this video, we will explore the idea that challenges are a sign of God's preparation and how we can hold on in faith and trust Him during difficult times. One of the most commonly cited examples of God testing His people is found in the story of Job in the Bible. Job was a man who experienced tremendous loss and suffering, yet he remained faithful to God. In the end, God restored Job's fortunes and blessed him more than he could have ever imagined. This story is often cited as an example of how God can use difficult times to prepare us for something better. The idea that God is testing us is also found in the New Testament, where the Apostle Paul writes about the importance of perseverance in the face of trials. In his letter to the Romans, Paul writes, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope." Romans 5:3-4. While it can be difficult to see the purpose of our trials, many people believe that they are a sign that God is preparing us for a greater purpose. In some cases, this purpose may be related to our personal growth and development. By enduring trials, we can develop resilience, strength, and character that will serve us well in the future. In other cases, our trials may be part of a larger plan that we are not yet able to see. God may be preparing us for a specific mission or calling that will require us to be strong and steadfast in our faith. In these instances, it's important to trust that God has a plan for our lives, even when we can't see the end result. Trusting God in the midst of trials is not always easy, but it is essential. By turning to God in prayer and seeking His guidance, we can find the strength to persevere and trust that He has a plan for our lives. As the Apostle James wrote, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." James 1:2-3. It's also important to remember that we are not alone in our trials. God is always with us, and He promises to never leave us or forsake us. By leaning on Him and seeking the support of others, we can find comfort and strength in the midst of difficult times. The Bible is full of examples of people who faced trials and challenges, but remained faithful to God. From Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his own brothers, but went on to become a powerful leader in Egypt, to Esther, who risked her life to save her people from destruction. These stories show us that God can use even the most difficult circumstances for His glory. In the end, the idea that God is testing us because He is preparing us for something better is a reminder that our struggles are not in vain. While we may not always understand why we are going through difficult times, we can hold on in faith and trust that God has a plan for our lives. As the Apostle Paul wrote, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Romans 8:28. It's important to remember that God's timing is not always our timing. While we may want immediate relief from our trials, God may have a longer-term plan for us that requires patience and endurance. Just as a caterpillar goes through the darkness and struggle of a cocoon before transforming into a beautiful butterfly, our struggles can be a necessary part of our growth and transformation. In times of testing, it can be helpful to seek guidance and wisdom from trusted spiritual mentors or leaders. They can provide insights, encouragement, and prayers to support us on our journey. Additionally, sharing our struggles with others who may be going through similar experiences can foster a sense of community and remind us that we are not alone in our trials. In conclusion, the idea that God is testing us because He is preparing us for something better offers hope and encouragement in the midst of difficult times. It invites us to trust in God's plan and purpose, even when we don't understand the reasons behind our trials. By holding on in faith and leaning on God's strength, we can navigate through challenges with resilience, grow in character, and ultimately experience the fulfillment of God's greater blessings in our lives. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this message has been a source of motivation and inspiration for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Grace Daily Motivation, for more uplifting content. Remember, even in the midst of trials, God is preparing us for something better. So hold on in faith and trust His plan. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.